there's no doubt that this is about resources. The United States, its very birth, its very essence is capitalist. And so, the funny coincidence, of course, is the revolution starts in 1775. We declare our independence in 1776, and Adam Smith writes The Wealth of Nations in 1776. And I think we've always sort of put it in our minds that we were born and capitalism was born. Boom. So, yes, our goal is always resources. It's not necessarily, that we have other motivations. However, I also think we do have other motivations. For example, it's not like we're invading Australia and New Zealand and stealing their resources. It's not like we've recently done an expedition against France or Germany. We very clearly have targeted brown and black countries. There is also a massive racist element to this. If you look at U.S. foreign policy, prior to our acquisition of the Philippines, so before 1898, we were very much focused on Latin America. And then once we captured the Philippines, we still did Latin America. We didn't stop invading Latin America, but we began now to invade East Asia. And so the United States sort of created an empire in Latin America and East Asia. When Reagan became president, he became obsessed with the Middle East. And he especially became obsessed with Libya and Gaddafi. And really, really went after Libya. It was to the point where he even bombed Libya. And in the process, if you look at the death toll of American soldiers, so right, because you can use that kind of as a way to measure where we were putting the emphasis, it was almost entirely in Latin America or East Asia. Once Reagan became president, there have been almost no deaths of U.S. soldiers anywhere but the Middle East. And so there's been this massive shift. Now, obviously, you can point to oil as the reason to go into the Middle East. But there's a really weird thing about that. And the weird thing is there wasn't really an oil problem. It wasn't as if the United States didn't have oil. It wasn't as if this was a resource we were missing. And if you do it from a financial standpoint, the amount of money that we spent blowing Iraq up, for example, which was probably about $4 trillion. So the amount of money that we spent blowing up Iraq it pales in comparison to the amount of oil wealth that we stole from Iraq. We probably directly stole somewhere between $60 billion and $120 billion worth of oil. That's a terrible financial transaction. We could have just paid them for the oil and we would have saved trillions of dollars.